So here's the best manifesting routine. So I get a lot of questions, Hey Mark, how do you manifest such and such? What's the best routine to manifest your desires? So here's how I do it. And I'm gonna make it very simple for you guys. So this is the best time for you to manifest. Here we go. 2 hours before you go to bed and 2 hours when you get up in the morning. That's the time when you want to do your work. Most of your work should be done during those times. Very, very crucial, very critical that you do those work at that time. So let's say, I'm going to explain to you why you need to do it that way and how it works. So let's say like during the daytime, what do you do during the daytime if you're going to do most of your work before bed and when you get up in the morning? So here's the answer to that. The reason you want to definitely do it is because it's how the brain works to manifest your world. And repeat that. It's how your brain works to manifest your world. All right. So your brain works in different frequency stages, right? So we got alpha, theta, beta, gamma, delta. Now, when we create anything in our world, it comes to our mind, right? We got mind creates matter. So your brain, the subconscious mind, works in a particular frequency state known as alpha, theta. That's where everything comes into your world. Anytime you're going to manifest anything, you want to be in a alpha/theta frequency state. That's the only time the mind accepts programs. So right before you go to bed, your brain cycles from beta. Now it gets into a receptive state. So that's the time when you have to start doing those affirmations, those visualizations, because that's the time now it's going to get impressed into the subconscious mind to create. Next, when you do your affirmations, remember, you want to do them what? Question formats. Do them in a question form. You don't have to do your affirmations such as I am, da da da. Just do them in question formats. And say, why am I so this? Why am I so that? Why am I da da da? How would it make me feel? What will be different about such and such? That's how you want to approach your affirmations. So, visualization now. When you're going to visualize, you want to make sure you're seeing the end results. Repeat that. You want to make sure you're seeing the end goal. When you visualize anything, when you're going to create anything, you want to visualize in what I call sequence or blocks. So if you want to manifest more than one thing, you can visualize in scenes. So one scene, maybe, let's talk about the lottery. You want to win the lottery? One scene is a lottery. Next scene, a vacation. Next scene, your business. Next scene, your goal. Next scene, whatever it is. You want to do it that way. Because what you're doing is you want to give your mind a blueprint. It's like a map to reality. So once your mind gets that map, it now starts to create the opportunities for you to get that stuff. Now, the reason you want to do this is because predominantly our brain operates about 14 hours in what's called a beta state. That's just a conscious state. What happens during that state is the mind the subconscious isn't taking instructions, it's just running programs. So that's why you want to do it 2 hours before bed and 2 hours when you get up in the morning. So now let's talk about in the morning. So when you get up in the morning, you are actually in the theta state for another 2 hours. So you get 2 more hours to program your mind. So that's why it's so important that what you do in the morning dictates what your whole life will become. What you do right now is going to change and dictate what your whole life shall become or will become. So the morning is when you get up in the morning. Here's what most people do, right? They reach for what? Their cell phones. They check their social media. You're programming your mind for something that's not going to help you, because it's going to create a lot of dopamine, a lot of stress, etc. So the first thing you should do is when you open your eyes in the morning, don't try to reach for anything. Don't try to look for the social media platform. Just close your eyes, open your eyes, look at your ceiling, and just relax. And then start to do your affirmations again. Start to do your visualizations again. Then when you go in the bathroom, look in the mirror. Say those affirmations in a question form. You can say them in a statement when looking at yourself. Because it's so crucial, because see, the subconscious mind, that gateway is open. And it's so illogical that it's going to take this information and it's going to actually believe it's true. It's going to say, oh man, this is all happening right now. This is so, I got to do this stuff right now because, Mark wants it, or such and such desires it. That's how the subconscious operates from a non-logical or non-analytical way. And it wants to help you, but you have to know how to program it. You have to know the language of your subconscious or unconscious mind. So what do? So I do 2 hours before bed, 2 hours in the morning. Then what I do is during the daytime now, I'm just keeping my mind present. I'm just focusing on things that make me feel good. Anything that makes me feel good, I keep it in my mind. And basically, that's the big secret. That's how you want to create, and that's how you want to visualize. And it's very important, because I don't think a lot of people understand this. I don't think a lot of people understand that, how the brain works, how the mind works. And it's really crucial because, we have been inundated, and predominantly we've been programmed to focus on bad stuff. We've been programmed to focus on basically what we don't want, the things that we don't want to create. And we do that primarily before we go to bed, and we get up in the morning. That's why you have to be careful of the media and stuff you watch, because that's how they program you. That's why, you ever wonder why commercials, they come on late at night while you're sleeping, and in the morning, those infomercials? Why do they do that? Think about it. Because they know how to program you. They know that, hey, if I could get you to listen to this while you sleep, it's going to get into your subconscious mind. And when it gets into your subconscious mind, it's better for me, because now you become my commodity, you become my product. So now you can go out and buy this stuff and do the things that I want you to do, not the stuff that you want to do. So that's why it's so crucial for you to understand that. So let me recap. So you do most of your work 2 hours before you go to sleep, and 2 hours when you get up in the morning. Boom. You knock it out, you're going to manifest. You're going to see good, fast results, because you're primarily now focused on the unconscious. The 14 hours, your mind's in a beta state. It's just more in a natural awareness, awakening state. During the daytime, your conscious mind is basically watching or perceiving what the subconscious has already created. Your subconscious is running in the background. Your subconscious is basically running programs. So a lot of us, we try to do our work during the daytime because we have busy lives, but you're not really impressing your subconscious. So you have to start to do this now. When you go to bed at night, make sure that, okay, I'm going to go to sleep, I'm relaxed, so I'm going to go 2 hours before. So I'm laying in bed, and then with 2 hours I'm going in, I'm in a relaxed state. Then I start doing my work. When I get up in the morning, 2 hours to start my day, it's going to set your whole life apart. Look, you got to pay yourself first. If you don't pay yourself, no one's going to pay you. We live in an immaterial world. We don't live in a physical world. We live in a non-physical world. And these are the steps that are going to get you there. Because everything here is a perception inside me, outside to the collective consciousness. People know this. Your media knows this. Your government knows this. Your religion knows this. Everything is set up in a way to program you, to create a map of reality in your mind. So you have to start creating your own map of reality, or be programmed by them. And if you notice, when do most stuff come on? Prime time. Why do you think they call it prime time? The best shows come on prime time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, prime time. Because that's the time when everybody's winding down. That's the time you're more likely to be programmed. Your mind is in that state. When you get up in the morning, same thing. You got to get your morning news. You got to get the first weather report, the morning show, good morning, da-da-da. Because they know this as well. Morning traffic, morning this, morning that. So they program you. And then your mind gets accustomed to that. Therefore, you create what you don't want. So now, for you to create what you do want, you have to start to program your own life now, program your own mind. And now you understand how your brain works and your mind works. Remember, the magic formula for you is alpha theta. That's receptive. Alpha theta is open, beta is closed. You're in beta 14 hours of the day. You're in alpha theta when you're meditating, when you're sleeping, when you're getting ready to sleep, when you wake up in the morning because you're still cycling and you have a 2-hour window. This is the time for you to take advantage. This is time for you to go out and program your own mind. And you make this a habit, you'll start to see some good stuff. You'll start to manifest good stuff. That's how I manifest all those stuff I desire. You know what, like I win the lottery and all these things I do? It's because I do this manifestation routine every day. 2 hours before I go to bed, I know exactly what I want to do. 2 hours when I get up, I do the same thing. Now, I'll put in an important point that you need to know about this. Whenever you're going to manifest anything, guys, okay, remember, you have to know what you want. So don't go into this not sure. So the 2 rules is, it's very simple. I know what I want, and I decide I want it. Then I go into my manifestation, create my world, and I use my visual, my affirmations, and then 2 hours before I go to bed, and I fall asleep and I think about it. In the morning I get up, I relax about 5 minutes before I get out, I think about it again, I could do some affirmations, I could visualize, and then through the rest of my day now, my mind is just in the present moment. It's a wrap. I just manifested. That's it. So if you want to adopt this routine, that's the most simplistic routine for you. That's the best way you're going to get what you want. So now you know the best manifesting routine.